Sometimes I see videos of people in other countries fixing cars and they don't have tools and equipment. And I'm always very impressed by their ingenuity and how they figure out how to do stuff
Hmm.
without all the tools that we take for granted.
Yep.
Look at this. I think this is in Nigeria. This guy is changing the pistons on this car.
Wow, that is so dirty.
But they figuring it out now.
No kidding. Yeah, figuring out how to get the rings on. Yeah, you can get rings on without a ring expander. I've definitely done that.
Get the bearings in there.
Yep, it's all pretty straightforward.
So he's spraying
Lube
oil in there with a
lube them up good.
lubing them up.
Looks like he's actually spraying with gasoline. I think that was to clean it, and now he's got oil on there to lube them up.
All right. So
Oh,
he
and he's
got a
okay. Yeah.
piston ring compressor.
Yep. So I've used one of those ring compressors. Yep.
There we
He's getting the
go.
job done.
This is
Nice. But he's doing it in the chassis, which is pretty cool.
yeah, it's I get so much respect for this.
Yeah, this is not the easy way to do it because you have to remove a lot of stuff underneath to get access to, the crankshaft to get those connecting rods off and get the oil pan off. So,
So he's
yeah, there you
underneath
go.
now,
Oh,
putting
wow, he's
the
actually got a decent amount of room to work with everything he had to have removed, but
oh he jacked up the car a little bit.
right, but yeah, I'm still surprised that the oil pan's that exposed, the whole underside of the engine. I figured there'd be a cross member or something in the way.
Oh, yeah, sometimes it's not on older
Yeah,
cars.
sometimes there's like a cross member, like steering or something in the way
Yeah,
that
yeah.
will keep you from being able to access it that nice and openly. But yeah,
It's wild. They don't even have like ratchets. Like they just got all wrenches. And they
yeah,
got these
T
speed
handle.
wrenches.
Yeah, he's using T handle there. But yeah, just making it happen, getting it
Oh,
done.
wow, man.
Oh wow,
Only thing
those
I
are all
don't
Allens too. Hmm.
only thing I don't understand is how do they torque the head bolts?
I wish I could. I have a guess on what they did,
What do you think?
but I'm guessing that they used a wrench on
Yeah,
that Allen key.
yeah, they
So
gotta
that
like put a cheater on one of those or something.
right, yeah. So the Allen keys, kind of like yeah, they probably took a wrench and wrapped it around and turned it that way to give it a big lever. I've had to do that before.
I wonder, do they know like the sequence, like to go from in to out,
Inside
inside to
out,
outside? Yeah.
inside out. That's standard on pretty much any cylinder head. Um, as long as you follow that rule, you don't need to follow the this one first, this one second, this one third. It's always just inside out
Yeah. All right. Well, that's
in
wild,
crossing pattern,
man.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, they asked me that on my interview with Cummins.
What's that?
They're like, "How would you torque ahead?"
Oh, without a manual?
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said, "Well, I would have to have the manual to get the torque spec, but if I didn't have it, I would just go from inside to outside in a crisscross manner."
Yeah, that's the right way. That's the right answer. Because the reason they ask that is because, well, obviously, where we were at in Cummins, we were in the research development side, so we were working on engines that did not exist yet or had service manuals written for them yet.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of what's torque spec? Put it together. But really, it comes down to the size of the bolt, right?
Yeah.
The size of the bolt can handle so much load, and so you kind of just did a lot of things by feel and by hand. And so, yeah, the time that I spent at the tech center, throwing engines in test cells or operating test cells and doing all the teardowns and builds and whatnot, learned how to get really good at working on stuff without any kind of, you know, manual or anything, no YouTube video, no nothing to look at. Got real good at kind of just doing that kind of stuff, taking stuff apart carefully, putting it, and learning how to put it back together without any sort of assistance.
Yeah. So let me show you this other one from Africa.
Hmm.
Look at this. They don't have the lift, but look at this.
They're gonna flip it over on its side. Hell yeah,
Yes. They
that's
got it
awesome.
on there.
Oh, that's not sketchy at all,
Yo, they're doing like some auto body work.
dude. That's a good way to do your brakes too. Just flip it up on its side like that.
I love how they do stuff as a team. Like, I think
Yeah,
mechanics should work as a team more often.
this is pretty awesome. Oh man, that's a lot of rust.
So yeah, they're gonna remove that and
Fill it with styrofoam.
no, they had some metal. They put some
Yeah,
metal on there.
yeah, a couple of these.
Like this is
Videos will
Author
pop up in my
Garage.
feed where they do some crazy repairs like this and make them look good again.
Yeah, this is Author Garage official if you want to see them.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
But yeah, they're like making the metal, like
Yeah,
they're
he's
well, not
shaping the
making
metal with
it,
the
but they're
hammer.
forming it.
Yep, stretching it and forming it.
Oh, yeah, I don't know a lot about auto body, but they're doing it, I guess.
Looks pretty good. Yeah, now how's he gonna weld it or attach it?
Oh no. I think he got a little welder.
There he goes. Yeah, he's using gas welder.
Yeah.
That'll do. Well, he's
That was
cutting it
better
with
than we
yeah.
saw
So
one the other.
he's
Go
got like
ahead.
a coat hanger there. So he's just basically melting the metal and then fusing it with that coat hanger. That'll work.
Yo, that is interesting.
Yeah,
You
that
remember we
is.
saw the guy that the other time he put bricks in the car. This is better than that.
I seen a guy do one with foam and Legos.
It's Lego.
It looked good when it was all done.
Yeah, man, this is.
But
I
yes,
find
some
that
people might look and
impressive.
think how archaic, but honestly, until about the 70s or 80s, where like MIG welders started becoming more popular, guys in body shops that were having to cut panels off and replace panels from wrecked cars or rusted cars, they were gas welding all those. So they were doing the exact same thing. They're just
Oh,
using an
okay.
older technology.
All right.
Mhm.
All right, cool.